You ready?
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Awesome.
Cool, let's do this. What is vibing? This is Vish, and today we'll be responding to Sadhguru's video on
Is sex a sin?
And today I'm here with Vish.
Hi, I'm Vishruthi. I study electrical and computer engineering at UT Austin. I love to dance, so I do Bharatanatyam and Bhangra.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And do you have any social medias that you want to plug in?
Oh yeah, sure. Follow me at vishruthi.ramaswamy.
Her stuff will be down below. I'm a meditation coach and I've got hundreds of people on their meditation journeys. If you want a one-on-one session with me, either message me on Instagram at VishVibez or comment down below. Sadhguru is a yogi, mystic, and visionary who's truly enlightening the world. And with that, let's get into it.
Awesome.
Let's get it.
Awesome.
Sweet.
This is a fantastic device to keep people enslaved forever. And to cover this, there's a whole lot of other stories which I don't want to enter. A phenomenal tools to control populations, which has been successfully done for a long time.
Quick pause. This seems like a very interesting topic.
Yeah.
Right? Very out of the norm for spiritual videos.
Uh-huh.
And before we start, we'd love to hear your view on this question and what your take is before we start. Now, let's get back into it. Cool.
It depends on how we shaped ourselves. If we become wonderful human beings, it's one thing. If we have become an ugly manifestation of humanity, definitely it's the original sin. It's a mistake. Sin is too strong a word, maybe it's a mistake. So too many mistakes are being made in the world, no question. You claim
Gosh.
to
Very open.
appreciate or, well, you worship the one who is referred to as the creator, but you have a huge issue with the creation.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you do not appreciate the creation, why the hell should you worship the creator?
Very true.
Facts.
Someone who made such a bad job of this, the only way you can even be born is through sin. I think he must be banished.
Yeah. Oh my god.
No, this is a fantastic device to keep people enslaved forever. If you do not even allow them to come to terms with their biology, they'll never come to terms with anything in their life. Always they will be dependent on an institution or a person or something who claims to have connections. An Italian mafia guy was once brought to the law court and he just walked in with this fat cigar in his hand and like this he came and sat down like he's a guest. Then the judge looked at his arrogance and asked, "Do you have a lawyer?" He blew the smoke out and said, "Well, I got friends in the jury."
There we go.
So…
The judges laugh too.
I know. It's so cute.
people who are supposed to have connections elsewhere, you will always be enslaved to them because you feel guilty about your biology. This whole thing goes into more grosser and grosser states. So except in certain cultures, everywhere else where dominant religious beliefs were spread, in all those cultures, unfortunately, they make you feel guilty of your very existence. Because that way, you will always be enslaved to whatever they have set up. Something so fundamental as the menstrual cycles in a woman, she has to feel guilty about it and she's
Yes.
impure.
Oh my
Her
god.
existence is impure. Unfortunately, I want you and all the teachers of the world to understand, if your mother did not have menstrual cycles, you wouldn't be born. Even if she met your father.
Yes, facts.
Very true.
Yes. So the life-making material, unused, is what it is. And if that is impure, your very birth is impure, that's what they're anyway trying to tell you, that your birth is impure. And to cover this, there's a whole lot of other stories which I don't want to enter.
Oh my gosh.
Once you're not in terms with your own physical existence, you're essentially will never ever be in terms with any other dimension of your life. This itself will cover
That's
you
true.
forever.
Spot on.
This is a fantastic trick to keep you enslaved forever. No wonder institutions have lasted. Though they've lost their relevance, they stay simply because your existence, your very existence, you're guilty of. If you're guilty of your very existence, that means one or that which is the source of creation should be even more guilty. You are eternally guilty, and that which has created all this must be even more carrying the burden of guilt.
Wow, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Guilt and fear have been a phenomenal
Phenomenal
tools
cycle.
to control populations, which has been successfully done for a long time. It's time this is broken.
Wow, that was another beautiful video by Sadhguru on a very interesting topic. What do you think, Vishruthi?
Yeah, I really appreciated watching a video like that because I feel like in Indian culture and Asian culture in general, it's very rare to talk about things like sex and menstrual cycles,
Right.
and for some reason it's a taboo amongst them.
Yes.
And from a young age, my parents, I've been very blessed to have very open-minded, encouraging parents that love to talk to us about all these things because it's part of human beings and
Exactly.
growing up. And I think that's one of the most important takeaways I got from his video is why are you trying so hard to feel guilty about something the creator made you,
Exactly.
and he or she thought about all these little things when going into creating you, so why would they
Exactly.
put something like that in your life
Spot
if
on.
it's not meant to be in your life?
Right.
So things like that was just really, really insightful, and I think it's cool for a person like him especially, who really connects to people like our parents and the older generation,
Yes.
as well as us, because these are ideals and values that a lot of younger generation people like us hold. If we were able to kind of come together and reach that middle ground and understanding
Yes.
of we should be able to talk about these topics
Yes.
and discuss these things. It's really nice that he's advocating for that.
That was a really awesome take on that video, and
Yeah.
I can really appreciate you sharing your experience with your family. I
Yeah.
think that's a really big gift to have with the family from Indian background or
Mhm.
even South Indian background, for
Yeah.
instance. To be so open-minded, I think is super, super cool.
Mhm.
And you've mentioned your mom is also into classical dancing and stuff?
Yes.
What kind of dancing is that?
Bharatanatyam.
Wow.
Yeah.
So she really does come from a very cultured background,
Yeah.
but at the same time is very open-minded. So I think it's really cool to see how it is very possible. You can be cultured and open-minded at the same time.
Yes.
So thank you for sharing again.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that was a beautiful video, just like all his videos. And what I really love about Sadhguru is that he keeps it very simple and
Mhm.
straightforward, right?
Yes.
There's no sugarcoating and none of that BS really. And it's really important, as he did in this video, to break that stigma down, right?
Mhm.
And as I've learned from other videos actually, essentially what he says with topics like sex and all these other things as well in that same category, essentially the way that Eastern people view it, especially in present day, so not the original,
Mhm.
but the present day Eastern, whether it's Asian, Indian, and so on, tend to view it in a very bad lens.
Yes.
And that's like an evil act. You can't even look at something, right?
Yes.
Along those lines. In contrast with that, with the Western view on this whole thing, it's almost like over glorified in
Yes.
a way, right? Where if you watch movies or shows or whatever it might be, sex, girls, all that stuff is just everywhere, right? And it's like the main thing guys are always chasing.
Yes.
And so both ends of the spectrums, as Sadhguru mentions, is really not the way to go. As he says, it's okay to talk about it. It's important to be open about these things. And I mean, at the end, like you said, it is your body. There's nothing to be ashamed about it.
Yes.
And the way he connected it with the creator and how if he's quote unquote perfect, we should be perfect too. So I think it's okay to accept. If you can accept your creator, then you must accept your body as well, because it is from the creator. And so really just going off of that, what he says about these types of topics is that it's a really interesting reference he made to some temple in India, where apparently there's like sexual graphics on the outsides of a temple.
Okay.
I could be wrong, so please correct me if I am, but I'm pretty sure I saw that in a video. And what he basically says about that is it's all on the outside, meaning it's important to be open to that, but then once you walk in, it's not there. So the whole idea behind that is that these types of topics should be open, but at the same time, it's a very surface level thing. And that life has a much more deeper meaning and deeper purpose than just that. And so I think it's a really cool way to look at this topic, right? It's important to be open, but at the same time, there's no need to glorify the same topic. So that's like the main gist of what I had to share. Also, would love to hear your experiences about this topic with your family, and especially if you have an Asian or Eastern background, would love to hear what struggles you experienced or problems in the comments down below. With that, make it a great day, take it joyful, and stay conscious. Awesome job.
Awesome.
You did great.
Yay.
Sweet.